Back at it. Look at that number. Oh. 130, got 137. I still impressed. They reset every bike to the bottom, so you have to come in and set it. So practice that, because I didn't do it right, and it was dropping off. Jared Jackson's one of them. Jared Jackson. I don't know who else. I think that's who I was talking about. Feeling good?
Yeah, nervous.
Absolutely. It's gonna be fun.
Hello and welcome to DEKA FIT Anaheim. This is the teams race. My name is Jason Dupree for the OCR Report, and with me is Tara Jackson remotely. Tara, how's it going?
Good. Ready for some more racing.
Yeah, this morning was quite exciting. Some very powerful races out of Isaac Sanderson and Lauren Weeks.
Yeah, big world record day. First woman under 32.
Yeah, pretty wild. I'm going to be pulling some double duty here with, running the show and commentating a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it to some of our camera people so that we can see what's happening out there, and everybody can stop looking at me, looking all over the place. But I'm excited to be doing some commentating with you, Tara. Glad to have you back since World Championships.
Yes, glad to be back. I love commentating teams. It's like the most exciting race for DEKA.
Yeah, absolutely. Team-wise, I know we're going to be looking at the start line in just a bit, but who do we know about so far?
So I guess since the men are first, Jay and Tyler, who raced earlier, are going to be teaming up to do the men's team race. And I'm sure that there are probably other people that are going to be on the hunt after them. I know Dustin Needleman usually does teams after he races, so I'm sure he'll find him a partner and do teams as well.
That's true. Yeah, I could see that. And Tyler having his first DEKA FIT, and he's done a mile before. We definitely saw him make a few mistakes. Ran one lap too few, passed up an entrance to a zone.
Yeah, part of the learning curve.
Yeah. How many races does it take to get past that stuff? Or does it still just happen every so often just because race brain?
I mean, I think some people probably get more into the race and aren't as aware of their surroundings. So I think that's an individual thing. I don't think I've ever passed a entryway before. But
Yeah,
I
because you
guess
can
I
shut
feel like
that
with
tire
DEKA it's a
space.
lot. With DEKA it's a lot easier because it's always 2 laps. So at least you count to 2. So it shouldn't be too challenging.
Yeah, you would think so, and then you just kind of lose thought of like where was I? Um, you know, I can see why it happens, but yeah, I definitely remember my first time doing it and just really focusing on that number. Like, okay, is this lap one or
Yeah,
two, like the whole way around?
it probably gets tough too because I mean Isaac was on fire, so I think he almost lapped the entire field.
That's true. I could see that really kind of putting it in your head, like, oh, I should be at the end here, even though I'm not.
Yeah, maybe that's what he saw. Maybe he saw the people in burpees and he thought that he was closer, so maybe he went in. I'm not sure. Um, but I was surprised they made him run another lap instead of just giving him a penalty.
Yeah, that was interesting. How do you feel
I've
about
never
that? You
seen
think
that.
it's just?
Well, he had to run an extra lap and they gave him a penalty. So I don't think
Oh,
he
they
should
gave a
have
penalty
gotten
on top of
both.
that too.
A minute penalty, yeah. So I feel like
I
they
didn't
should
notice
have
that.
either gave him a penalty and not made him run again. I think they should have just gave him a penalty and he should have just finished normally. Maybe like a
Well, what is
2-minute penalty.
the normal run time? What's a typical run time for a single lap?
Well, the men are probably running like between 145 and 150, so their individual laps are probably about 50 seconds, 52 seconds.
Okay.
So I think 2-minute penalty is fair. You get like the minute you would have ran and then plus an extra minute on top of that for a penalty.
Right. So we're saying that they gave him a minute penalty and made him run,
Oh yeah, so I
or
guess
did he
that
get the 2-minute
would.
penalty?
No, he had to run because he ran after burpees, and then they also give him a minute penalty on top of that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
guess
fits.
it fits the punishment, but I feel like they should have just let him finish and gave him 2 minutes. But
Just give him the 2-minute penalty. Yeah.
yeah, I would hate to come off burpees and think that I have to run another lap.
Yeah, yeah, that is kind of funny. That and you can see him standing at the finish line, like, do I cross? What do I do? And so they had to tell him, go ahead and go.
Oh. Yeah, see, there's
And we
Dustin,
do
so I'm
see,
sure he's running with,
yep,
say,
and Lauren
Dustin
Weeks
Needleman.
getting warmed up.
Or,
Not sure who she's teaming up with yet.
Anthony, her husband.
Oh, right, you did tell me that.
Yeah, so they'll be a good pair because he's like comparable to Bubbles on the bike. Like, I think he can do 25 calories in like 13 seconds or something. 12 or 13 seconds.
Nice.
Fresh.
Oh wow, what is happening? Somebody's doing lunges with somebody on their shoulders. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I did not. They do weird stuff, you know. I'm not sure that I'd take that as a tactic for warm up myself, but. So, do we know if Bubbles raced solo or is he coming into this fresh?
I don't believe he did.
Oh, that sneaky
I'm pretty sure
clown.
he's coming in. Yeah, I feel like I would have saw him at least. I know they
Yeah.
sometimes put him in that second wave,
He's a pretty distinguishable guy.
but I didn't see him early here this morning, so I have a pretty good feeling.
Maybe they're
All right,
going
looks
for the
like-
record. I definitely think this
Looks
could be a
like-
day.
Yeah, that's true. I just got word from Yancey that Teams is going to be in 30 minutes, so we do have some time to spare. Teams is getting pushed back
wow.
30 minutes. I'm assuming that the age group waves are just running behind. So that's going to put us about 20 minutes behind the normal schedule. So we've got some time to spare here. While we're here, and we've got the time. First wave.
This is the last call for age group athletes. Last call.
Yeah, so Yancey was just confirming that they're going to be starting. There's Bubbles. They're going to be starting 30 minutes late, but they are also going to make sure and really try to get the top men's teams in the first wave, and then the top female and co-ed teams in the second wave. But they're going to wait for that first wave to get finished so that we can get our rabbits back over there and actually capture the whole race.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, let's talk about the course. This is something that we have said many times, but people that might be their first time watching, you never know. The DEKA FIT course. This is 2 laps around this course, and there are 10 zones. And one thing that has always interested me is how it's not exactly 2 laps. It's actually a little less than 2 laps because you start in that top right corner where it says start. You run around counterclockwise, and then you hit those zones in a clockwise fashion, going from right to left. And this today, the course is actually more of a square. So while this course, the layout is not always exactly the same, the distance is always exactly the same. Tara, tell us your thoughts on just DEKA FIT in itself and hybrid racing, kind of how this is different than some of the other things, and what do you feel about this type of racing in this particular course?
So I feel like DEKA FIT is very repeatable. Like some of the other races like High Rocks, they have the same events, but I think that DEKA has done the best in standardizing courses. So every course I've ran feels the exact same as the last course. So I think it's better to compare times that you run yourself, but also against the field of people that you're running against. So for qualifications for stuff like Worlds, I think the time standards work really well because DEKA FIT does a really good job of standardizing the course layouts so that they're all pretty much the same.
That's right, and it is cool. Hang on, I'm gonna talk to my rabbit real quick. Yeah, but it is awesome. Like I said, they changed this one up. It's not a rectangle; it is a square, more or less, but it's still the exact same distance around. So it is wild that High Rocks with the rock zone, you can get all these different slight variations in lengths, and then you never know for sure if the PR that you had is how do you hit that PR again with a slightly different length? I don't know.
I feel like it's not even slightly different. I think that there's courses that are drastically different in High Rocks from one race to another. And with the tanks are pretty good, I think, as being uniform. Like I honestly think that the tanks that they had before they had these new ones were a lot more similar. Like you wouldn't see times that were vastly different from race to race, but I think these are a little bit more variable. But with High Rock sleds, I mean, you could have a sled sometimes that takes people, like the majority of the field is pushing like 3.5 minutes, and then you can have some races where a lot of people are pushing low twos, and you just don't see that happen in DEKA FIT because I guess the magnetic resistance is going to be the same more or less across the field of surfaces than the regular sleds.
That's right. Those I've pushed the sleds here, and they feel good. Yes, no matter which one you get. You've done the High Rock sleds, right? How do they actually feel on that carpet? Does it feel the same across your entire push, at least?
Um, well, sometimes the carpet can like crinkle, so then you get like it gets stuck in the middle of your lane. I don't even think they push the same in each venue. Like I think there's some sleds that push faster. Like if you looked at Chicago, there's definitely not a minute and a half difference between those Elite 15 guys, and like Kent was pushing 2 minutes while other guys were pushing almost 4.
Yeah, wow.
So I think that makes a huge difference when you are looking at not only how long it takes you, but the amount of fatigue that you accumulate from a station like that.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's the cool thing about DEKA is I never worry about the course. Like I know that the course is going to be pretty much the same, and it's going to be pretty fair.
I'll throw this in as a tidbit of behind the scenes. We just saw the camera like pixelate up for a second. This venue has probably had some of the best cell signal that we've seen at a venue, OCR or hybrid racing, and that was one of 2 times that I've seen a camera not be continuously clean. And it's typically because even with the cell signal being great, you get a crowd, and then that starts bottlenecking all the tower, the congestion on the towers, and so sometimes it's not really much you can do about it other than having some type of bonded technologies. But for what we work with, it's been amazing here today. How was it watching at home?
It was good. I didn't have any lapses of coverage at all. So y'all did a good job.
That's awesome. Looks like they're going out for
I don't know
the
this
briefing.
guy's name. Do you know this guy's name that's in the RC black shirt? He raced earlier. He looks a little bit older. I meant to look back at the results because I think he was in the top 10. But
The
I'd
shirt with the
never
number
seen
4
him
on it?
before. He had on a black shirt, and I didn't recognize him. And I'm usually pretty good at like picking out people. I have to look back at the results. But I was like, who is this older guy that's like crushing it besides Glenn?
Yeah.
Do you know how old Glenn is? Like, he's definitely in his 40s, but
Yeah, I
he
couldn't tell
showed
you
up for
exactly.
the Masters athletes today, for sure.
Yep.
Maybe Daniel Sorensen, or I'm not 100% of that name, but that was a good pack of men. Like after Tyler, there was like 4 or 5 guys that were back and forth, and some guys that I'd not seen before. So it's cool to be in like a newer sport where you see like different names coming up and running pretty fast times. I feel like
That's
in
right.
more established sports, you have the people that are just at the top, and I mean, I guess DEKA FIT's kind of getting like that, but you have like people that come out and they are just amazing athletes, and they're able to really excel at a really high level because the sport is so new. So I think that makes it really interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's always good to see new faces. Pretty much in any sport, I think. Like we some of us have been doing these sports for over a decade, so it's definitely good to see new faces, especially when you kind of worry about the people that you know and love getting tired of racing or moving on to something else. So you obviously you want to see new people come in and be challengers and take up those spots as well.
Yeah. It's like I was talking to Dylan about like what's the chance of seeing someone at the last chance qualifiers who are kind of like underdogs or dark horses, but the girl who got second in Cologne I didn't even know who she was. Um, so it's kind of cool to like be like who's gonna win, but you have your favorites obviously, but there's always a chance like somebody can come out of like a different sport. Like you see the girl who did CrossFit, and I think she won Houston. I don't remember her name, but
Oh
um,
wow.
so it's cool. And there's a girl that's running high rocks. Her name's like Laura Valgreen or something like that, but she's like a 15:32 5K runner. So if they
Mm.
brought Becca over to more European races, I'd be interesting to see how fast she could run with her foot speed.
Yeah,
And she's
they
kind
do
of
have
small.
some races in Europe, right? They have some. I heard that they
They
have some
have
in
in the
Spain.
UK and Spain, yeah. I think she's from Finland or Denmark. I think she's from Denmark.
Hmm.
So you get these really high level runners. I think DEKA FIT is actually a better avenue for like more pure runners to get into because nothing's like especially heavy that you have to
Right.
have some weight behind you to like actually do the stations. So I think if it got bigger in Europe, you'd see a lot of like high level runners maybe starting to gravitate over more towards hybrid stuff.
That's true. What is
I'd like to
your?
see Mel
I know I've
Rojas
probably
do a
heard this.
DEKA.
Yeah, I know I've probably heard this about you plenty of times. But what is your athletic background before any kind of obstacle course racing or hybrid racing?
I have ran my whole life. So I ran at a D1 school in college, cross country and track. Um, and then I kind of got into Spartan racing for 8 or 9 years, and then this started to get really big. So then I just transitioned over to this.
Was it the Spartan stuff that got you to do more lifting, or were you doing that stuff when you were running back in college already?
Well, I've always been like a bigger runner, so I feel like I didn't do that much lifting before, but when I found Spartan racing I was like, oh, you have to actually be like kind of strong to like carry these buckets. And so I think it more like gravitated towards not only my background, but kind of like my natural body shape was not like super skinny. So it put in like that extra level of strength so that maybe I wasn't just getting outrun by like pure runners. And then hybrid even adds an extra level to that where you have to be pretty strong through the stations to even like be able to run off of them. I have a running group that I'm a part of, and I get some of them to do the exercises out on the track with me. And it's amazing. Some of these people who are like, these girls are fast, like way faster than me, and they can run like low 17, 5K, 16 high, and you throw in like 20 body weight lunges between repeats, and it's like they just can't handle it because their muscular endurance is not good enough, or they're just not used to it. So it really makes me realize like how strong even the pure runners in this hybrid sport are to compare to like just regular runners.
Yeah, that's awesome. How when for somebody like that is a pure runner that hasn't built that strength yet, what do you see when they go into a zone and blast through it and come out of it? How does their pace hold up compared to, I guess, somebody that has built that strength?
Yeah, I think they have a like a more significant drop. Like if I was comparing everybody's run based on their 5K times, like so their run times off a zone might be like 5K plus 10 to 15 seconds versus someone who's not coming from a pure runner background. I've seen people run a DEKA FIT like almost faster than they can run a normal 5K, which seems kind of insane because they're able to, I guess, recover between on the stations and then run off even stronger than they could in just a straight run. And there's definitely
Yeah,
different
wow.
tactics that you can have. But with DEKA FIT, I mean, it's 2/3 running to stations, so you still have to be a pretty strong runner.
Yeah, absolutely. I've only run one so far, but to me, it's kind of funny. It's like I don't think my pace really dropped a ton, but it felt like it. Like when I look back at my stats on my watch, it wasn't that bad of a drop, but when I felt like I was stumbling out of every station.
Especially the bike. Like I think that's the one that really gets the pure runners because if you're really light, that having that extra weight for the power on the machines is like so helpful. And I don't think it gets to your legs as much if you're able to kind of utilize your body weight in a way that makes you less fatigued. I think that's why you see people like Bubbles. I mean, obviously he's really strong, but he's also pretty heavy. That can just like put down a bike in like 12 seconds, 13 seconds, obviously all out. But even if he scaled back, he could probably hit the fit station in under a minute, no problem, and not even be that taxed.
Yeah. All right. Just as a reminder, we are looking at a 12:50 start, I think ish. So we got about another 10 minutes. They're wrapping up the Q&A, and you can see them asking questions. Yancey's going over some things. I think they were just making sure that the age groups had time to get out. Maybe they were running a little bit behind. So we do have about 10 more minutes before the men's team race starts.
Yeah, you see this guy with like a yellow and half black shirt?
Yep.
Yeah, like I think he ran individual, and he smashed it because I was like, if it's the same guy, it's hard to tell like on the screen because it's they're small when they're running. But
Yeah.
I also love to see like the Masters athletes just come out and crush it.
Definitely looks like the man in the yellow and blue is teaming up with the lady in the yellow and blue. Got a nice color scheme going.
Yeah.
I see Katie Duke in the red top.
Yeah, I feel like she's probably racing with Greyson.
Yeah, that sounds like a good team.
It's funny, I was watching
And
Greyson on his
now they're going
bike,
outside.
and I was like, he was dying so hard and like stopping, and he still biked like a 130. I was like, dang. It's like still a pretty like competitive time, but those big guys can just push the bike so fast that they accumulate a lot of calories in a short amount of time, and I guess they can just chill out a little bit.
Vivian Tafuto in the middle of the screen there. Any idea why the half of the crowd went outside? I don't know if they were splitting up the groups, the waves, or what was happening there. Maybe they were just saying, you guys are out of the race, head out the door, see ya.
Yeah, bye. So do you think a world record gets broke today in mixed doubles?
I say there's a good chance. Vivian
I
and
say it's a double weekend for Lauren Weeks. Double record weekend.
Yeah, I think there's at least a couple teams that could pull it off.
I feel like Anthony doesn't get a lot of credit. Like he's a pretty awesome athlete himself, but I mean, I guess when you like have to always stand next to Lauren Weeks, uh, you don't get like the same amount of cred.
Yeah. Do you know off the top of your head what the team's PRs, world records are?
I know that Rich and Meg have it, but I'm not sure off the top of my head.
That's something I will look up and put into our show notes for the commentators from now on, because I think that would be a good thing to be able to quickly.
25:56.
25:56 for co-ed.
Yep. Meg and Rich.
Man, that's flying.
And then Bubbles and Laura Cummings have 27:38. So there's a pretty big gap on Meg and Rich's record to the next record. Oh no, that was the
And
same
that was
race. Never
their.
mind. Just kidding.
Was it the same race?
That was
Oh,
the
you're
same. That
saying
was in the same race.
not the
That
next
25:56 is the
record.
record, but I'm not sure that 27 is like the second
next fastest.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we've got people heading back towards the start area. We should be pretty close to them getting everybody lined up and getting ready to roll.
Okay, Kevin and Lauren went 26 flat at Worlds. So they were 4 seconds off the record at Worlds.
Starting at 12:30. You're gonna wait till all done. It might be a little longer than 2.
Expecting us to get a couple more cameras coming pretty soon here. My son has spotted some puppies, so he's going to give them a good pat.
You can go rabbit.
All right, still see waiting on everybody to start heading to the start line, but everybody's still just kind of warming up.
Mm.
All right, for anybody that's just joining us, we are minutes away from the teams, the men's teams, to start lining up. I see Yancey at the start line. They're going to start calling people in. We're going to have the men's in the first wave, and then they're going to try and wait for the top few teams to finish before they start the next wave, which is going to have the top co-ed and top women's teams, so that we can hopefully catch the entire race for both.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if I could get your attention, please. That's not the word. We need to get our first wave. Our first wave stage right now.
I feel like there should be some way that they could run the co-ed and the men together, so it would actually be maybe a push. Because I feel like the faster teams are probably in co-ed, so they'd be keeping up with most of the men's teams.
You know, that is a great idea. I think we should see if Yancey's considered it. What is happening here? We had Xander and VJ Jones commentating this morning. VJ's first time commentating with us on DEKA. We've had him commentate at OCRWC before.
So where was he today? Why didn't he race?
I hear he's got some injuries. His girlfriend Sarah's here. She raced.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go see if I can make sure that our other two cameras are getting turned on, because I'm not getting anything from them yet. So if you would pass the time however you like, and I'll be back.
Go to stare at me.
All right, once again, calling our celebrity players. Yes. This is BC boxing and fitness here. Looking strong, looking strong. They know what's up. Where's your team? Oscar. There's Tyler. I see some teams ready. Joel Fuller. Welcome. All right. Start to see some faces. This is the team portion. Welcome. That's right. We're calling all the 12 teams again to pre-pick up to the staging area. All right, it's fine. Looking to the BC Boxing and Fitness. Let's give it up for BC Boxing and Fitness. We are almost away, ladies and gentlemen. Almost away to the team portion. I want you to cheer on these teams. This is the very exciting part of our day. Let's cheer on all these athletes. This is the celebration of fitness. Here's it right here. Celebration of fitness.
All right, looks like we're ready to rock here.
Yeah, they should do like teams like some way like they do a 5K. They'll be like, if you anticipate running under this time, like have all the teams that are going to run under 30 minutes or think that they'll run under 30 minutes, like all in the first heat.
Yeah. Oh, right in front of the camera. There we go.
Oh, and I feel like I know this guy with the headband and the hair, the long hair. I don't know what his name
that's
is.
James. James.
James who?
You called him Jay.
No,
right?
no. James is
McCarty?
the one
No?
with. No, the James is the one on the far left, right beside Tyler. The other guy that's on the other side with the tie-dye headband, I've definitely seen him before.
Oh.
I don't know his name. Yeah, it's James, and then Tyler, and then Justin Needleman, and then that older guy that I told you was a boss. But I think that guy with the long hair is pretty fast, too. I have definitely seen him before in a DEKA event.
Nice. Dustin Needham never really seems to find himself in the front with the individuals, but he does seem to be a pretty strong teams partner.
Yeah, the teams are so different because you can have like these athletes that are really, I guess, good at more anaerobic stuff, so that they can really hit it for like a minute or two, but then they need more time to recover. But then you have like these grinder athletes, so it'll be interesting to see. I think this guy's lost.
Did they leave and I not catch it? Because I was
Yeah, they left. They're out.
I was helping my rabbits with something. There we go. Our timer is going to be a few seconds behind. That's all.
I'm always waiting for someone to like take a spill on this first lap because it's always so congested, especially like in World Championships with the mile, and they have everybody running together, and it's like out and back. It is wild.
Well, I think you may have caught it with the gentleman with the headband.
They all have headbands. The tie-dye one?
The tie-dye headband.
Okay.
Nice catch. Yeah, he's pushing hard.
I'm telling you, he's quick. But I feel like it's easy to get sucked out really early, and I mean, as you've seen probably many races before, like the first few stations are pretty like light, and they're not going to tax you too much. But if you go into like some of the heavier stations at the end, overspent, it can definitely affect your time way more in the back half than trying to push for a couple extra seconds in the front.
That's right.
It's like mass chaos.
The way they come into this first zone is always so insane.
Yeah.
I know we've seen where some people have traded off in the middle of a zone.
Oh Lord, Tyler is just not on it today with his stuff. I don't know what he's doing.
We're going to have to make sure our rabbits know where to stand and where not to stand. We do have, oh my God, we've got...
But man, that guy's flying.
Wow. These guys are cruising.
That's why I love teams, because it's like so fast.
Yeah, so in the way that you see some of the other zones, people trading off in the middle of the zone, taking turns, doing half and half, something like that. Do you ever see that on that first? Probably not in the lunges.
No, because it's such a short station. Like, I mean, someone who's fast on lunges is going to do it around 30, 32 seconds. Of questionable if you can do that without jumping, in my opinion, but even if you look at some of the men's times from earlier, like I think the top guys were all like around 35 seconds. So, I mean, there's no really need to change at that point. I feel like it's always interesting if people decide to split the rower and the bike, because I think those are two stations that if you have someone that's really strong, you could probably just keep them on the machine, but it's such a long station compared to all the others that some people decide to switch it.
Yeah, and we've definitely seen some success with that.
Oh yeah, Megita and Eric are like, they always switch the bike, and I'm not 100% sure if they switched the rower or not, but I mean, obviously they won world championship with that strategy. Because there's a level of like, you don't want to overtax yourself, and it can sometimes be worth switching for time.
I've got one camera person with their phones upside down. I might need to step away and go help them. Yep. Be right back.
Okay. I think out of the row was John Clark and Aaron Nolan. They both raced earlier and were in the top 10.
Nice.
But they're in that 80 to 99 age group, so they both have to be over 40. And they're winning the whole race, right? Or they're leading the whole race right now.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
You don't have those cool bars for teams that tell you like each station?
I pulled up the one for the lunge. I missed it for the row because I was doing the helping a rabbit. But I will pull those up for the rest of them for sure.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought that was something that just automatically happened. I didn't realize there was the behind the scenes magic.
Yeah, if I could automate that, that'd be fantastic. All right, it does look like we have.
That's Aaron and John Clark right there.
Here's our teams, so this can help us with some names as well. Okay. This is the lunges. And it looks like as though the team that's in first did not have the fastest lunges at all. Let's take a look at the rower.
The team that's in first, it took them a minute and 18 seconds for lunges.
Well, now it's saying that team didn't have a row finish yet, so I don't know. It could just be that they're off a little bit. It's hard to say. Sometimes the results get a little wonky.
Okay, I was like, how did that happen? Ah, camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that they're not getting ordered appropriately. Oh,
It is kind of wild. You'll see
Double
like
quick
this
time.
crazy technique stuff with the teams that you would never see in solo. We'll just go.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see some times, but I definitely don't think they're not in order of who's in the lead.
I gotcha. Okay.
But you can see Veerman and Muscart there with a 22 seconds
That's quick.
on the box jumps. Yeah.
Maybe they switched.
So we're gonna have to ignore the order that they're in right here, but we can still use the data.
So I bet that it's in
ready.
order, like the people that are just like falling off haven't finished the zone yet. So their time is going to be lower until they finish the zone. Which is weird.
Whoa.
Okay, so
Doing
Jay
some,
and Tyler
skipping
now. I
under.
think they're in the lead. I think they just took over the lead. Hopefully Tyler can count this time. There was, I think it was World Championships 2022. Kent counted his sit-ups wrong and he had to go back. He went to like 20. And then he got up to go, and then he got back down, and he still ended up winning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, even this counting can be tricky. Oh, something happened there. Yancey's either just getting on to people for being in the way, or something happened with the gentleman that.
Well, there was another lead switch. The Aaron Noel team went out. Like Veerman and Jay come in before them, and then they left before. So it's a good back and forth. They're like tight.
Yeah, we should see those numbers start to pop up in a second. Oh, Rutt's wrong. Med balls.
You're like 6 stations ahead.
There's nobody there.
Yeah, so there'll be a good back and forth between Jay and Tyler and John and Aaron.
That's right. This is going to be exciting.
But I am not sure who's in third or where. The teams is always so hard to keep track of too. Like until you like see who goes into the station, like just like mass chaos with like the
Right.
baton switches but. Okay,
here's the number first.
Yep, there's one.
With the headband.
And then there's two.
Tyler. Great job, Rabbit. If you can give us who's number 3 whenever they come in as well.
I swear that DEKA teams is like way more painful than DEKA solo. It's maybe one of the most painful races ever. Weird.
Number 3.
Okay. So then that means Dustin and his teammate are in 4th. Yes.
Switch off there.
So I feel like you see this more like in maybe the mixed doubles, but I feel like you don't see many strategies for the men's teams that are like one person stations and one person runs. Like Bubbles strategy is like poor Lauren has to run like 10 by 500 at very fast pace, and he just rips the machines. But maybe since he's fresh, he'll do some actual work today. Okay, so they're out. Okay, Tyler's out right behind him, so they got like a 1-2 second gap.
Yeah, so it seems like that's Clark and Nolan.
Yep, out in front. But Tyler went out right behind him. He looked like he was in chill mode. This guy looks like he's moving. Do we know what the
Yeah, you see times
men's?
updating.
Do we know what the men's world record is right now? I think it's Megita and somebody.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I do believe it is Megita and another gentleman who had a very large mustache when they ran that at Worlds last year.
Not Eric, right? No, I don't think he ran with Eric.
Something's
Is
up
it
with
Mark
the
Gadot?
skier time. No, not Mark. No, definitely not Mark.
He did run with Mark at World Championships 2022, though. Because I think Mark was just coming off of World's Toughest Mudder.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so here are the ski times. I obviously a little off on Clark and Nolan.
Sometimes
Not sure.
when you're like too close, they had like this station that was really close to the in-out. If their partner was too close to the timing mat, it might have like triggered their chip. But
That's
the other
true.
times look normal. So
Yep.
I think the other times were good.
But they did go out first. Did we just have a pass? With Tyler.
Is that Tyler?
I think
Yeah,
Tyler's
that's
in the
Tyler.
front now.
Yep. But man, they're back and forth. I told you they're only like 1 or 2 seconds apart. So
Yeah, there they go.
man,
Got
these
our
boys
rabbit
need to work
Brian.
on their handoffs. Jay's just standing around like he's waiting to have a coffee or something. Tyler's putting the
Holy cow!
dumbbells on the ground.
This gentleman running.
Big boy's
running with those
moving.
dumbbells.
Yeah, he is. He's sturdy. See his shirt?
Yeah.
Sturdy.
Rabbit losing touch with the the front runner.
Yeah, so I think they're starting to gap him now. We'll see how the bike is always the equalizer. So
You could see him slowing
oh,
down
he's
there.
looking tired. He's looking tired.
Some more people cruising with those dumbbells.
So I actually coached Jay, and I told him that he should do the whole bike. So I'm interested to see if he does it or not.
We got third
Have
place.
you ran a relay
coming
before?
through right here, I believe.
Oh, Dustin's in third now. Look at him go. Have you ran a team race before?
I have not run a team race.
Oh. So you don't know the pain. The pain.
I don't. I can imagine it, though. I can imagine it pretty well.
Yes, it's So I feel like they probably got about 10 seconds on Nolan and the Masters team.
To feel fresh
they
and
switched.
think, okay, I need to power through this whole bike.
They switched. No, he told me they might switch, but the thing that sucks is when you pump out 15 calories, it's still in your legs, and then you got to go run a 250, but you only have, like, it's going to take him no time to do that 10 calories. I'm surprised you don't see people, like, off the bike trying to run and just, like, fall over. Like, their muscles just, like, give out. And they're like, my quads can't do it.
Here's some times from the farmer's carry. Got a couple 38 seconds in there. Tyler and Jay, 43 seconds on the bike.
Nice, not bad. I was pulling up David and Eric. They went 24:43. So I'm not sure if that's the current world record, but
Oh,
they might be somewhere in that vicinity based on
oh,
how they've been
we
running.
had a little miss handoff. He let's see, was that
Did he drop it?
one of the? No, he didn't drop it. He kind of passed him up, and the partner with the tie-dye headband was
Tie-dye?
just like, I don't know. They just kind of missed each other for a second.
No.
He kind of had to come back to him.
They got the race brain.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense with how gassed they're looking too.
Oh, yeah. See, I feel like
Tyler's still
Tyler's
looking
looking pretty
strong,
strong. I actually prefer this over-the-top thing to the over-shoulders because you can't, like, do it wrong. I feel like I saw a lot of tomfoolery at World Championships with the over-shoulders. But
Yeah.
this one, like, it's pretty cut and dry, like, with the movement standards. I feel like DEKA's also picked pretty good movements where, like, they're fairly easy to judge. Obviously, we've had the issues with the burpees and lunges, but everything else is, like, pretty black and white as far as, like, if you meet the standard or not.
Yep. Oh, Tyler's going for the run.
Oh,
He must have said, "I'm fresh enough. Let's go."
that's not what I told them to do. But he looks pretty good right now, so I'll let it slide.
The air bike times are not showing Tyler and Jay. But so unless something that we don't know, they definitely are out in front.
Yeah, I mean, they got off the air bike first, so
Yeah. So here's the times that we do have, and again, for those watching, there it is. I don't know, why they're down at the bottom there, but
oh yeah.
they're in first. Now they just look like they're all over the place. It's kind of hard to say at this point. Something else for us to work on and fix in the future. This is good collaboration between us and DEKA and the team the Spartan team, really, because they're doing it's a lot of the same people for DEKA, Spartan, Tough Mudder, OCR World Championships now.
It's pretty cool though.
They're a
I
great
like
team.
even though a little buggy maybe with the teams, but it always has seemed to work really well with the individuals. So I like the
Sometimes there's something. Sometimes it's perfect, and sometimes there's little
Jay, pick
oddities
up those
about it.
handles. And then they got rid of the row and go.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the row and go.
Did you use it?
I never really got to use it because I didn't run that many team races. So I think by the time like I actually ran some team stuff, like it was already like, nah, you can't do that anymore.
Okay, they're still
I know he's not going for a
crazy far behind.
They're not
1.5
switching. What is
poles?
going on?
Maybe they're trying to go half and half.
Yeah, but it's the same weight. Like, you don't even have to change it. So I think it makes the most sense to always go 1-1 and just send it.
Yep.
But see, look how fresh Tyler is now. He's like running with it. Move out of the way, bro.
I think I heard.
I think the main reason they stopped doing the row and go is because people are so spatially unaware that when you have two people in like the main part of the arena where the sleds are, like it was just mass chaos. And people were like running into each other, and then the camera people on the ground, and it was just like too much. All right, pull and go.
Especially with how
no,
close
Tyler,
those
no.
are.
Tyler, you gotta run. He's not running with him. He has to run this lap. No. Okay.
Let's see if I can see if he's still.
Oh my God.
We can get a shot back to see if he went.
I think he's still.
I don't think he's
did
still
he run
there.
behind him? Is he still there?
Yep. Yep. He's with him.
Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, not again. Because it looked like he just stopped and like Jay took off, and then I was like, no.
Right. He probably did, and had somebody, tapping him on the shoulder. Say, hey, get out of here.
Yeah. That is the one thing about commentating. I'm like, I want to like scream at people that I know. I'm like, no, but like obviously they can't hear me.
Yep. Yell at the rabbit. Tell him this.
Tell them this.
They're closing in.
Yeah, they're gonna go in. Maybe they'll be just up under
short of world record territory.
Oh yeah, world record's passed already. But they might be able to break. I don't know where they are in terms of like where the burpee station is right now, but they'll probably be just over 26, I would guess. Oh yeah, still got a little ways around. It's tough though to turn like an individual race and then go straight into a few hours later doing this teams thing. So I think Bubbles is going to have a big advantage being more fresh. Anthony too, I guess, did not race solo. So though I love Vivian and Isaac, I feel like they're probably maybe a little bit more tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remind the viewers that the order of the times that we see on those dead ball wallovers is not the order of the racers. Usually it is, but not today for some reason. But we are just checking out the times that they had on that station. Strong performances there. Oh.
It's always hard for me to tell how like big people are on the camera, but I feel like Tyler has been fighting with this ram today. But he looks like he's pretty light. Like I'm not sure how big he is, but
yeah, Tyler's definitely a little taller, but yeah, he's I'd say he's probably a little lighter in comparison too. I mean, he's definitely got the mountain runner structure.
Yeah. I'm surprised they switched again.
And still no second place yet.
No, second place is
over
back
on the
here.
side.
Yeah, they're in. They came in. They were about 12 burpees in, I think.
All right. Does third place have a chance to come get them?
I think they've gapped third place pretty. I think first and second were pretty far ahead of the next team. Isaac was making quick work of those burpees today. He made that ram look like it was a toilet paper roll.
Yeah. He really was. He just looked so smooth through the entire thing.
He was strong.
Perfect.
So we got
form.
third place team in. I'm not sure who that is though.
Yeah, that's not Dustin Needham.
No, it's not Dustin's team. Dustin has on the red shorts.
Well, that's going to be awesome if these guys can pull it out. Looks like they're all
Yeah.
alone right now.
Nice. There
Here
comes
Dustin's
Dustin.
team. I
Poor guy.
You see it? It's like, just touch my head. Come on. So they do have to get there together to start.
Yeah.
Which is why he waited for the tag.
You think Dustin probably does them all by himself? He's moving that thing because he's pretty small.
He might try
too.
to see if he can get them through. See if they can get. Oh nope.
Maybe this guy will pick up 5. Okay, he's fast too. He just needed a little break.
Strong finish by third place though, passing up Dustin's team.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Good. There you go. Pretty good. 4 teams
Nice
under
job,
30.
Everybody. All right, we do have the ladies lining up.
So it is kind of wild to think about.
Those top burpees.
Have you ever
times
seen?
There.
Have you ever seen those things where it's like? Oh, I keep interrupting you.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Have you ever seen the things? It's like we need like a normal person to like do Olympic sports beside Olympians, like somebody to run the 100-meter dash beside of like Usain Bolt. So if you look at the top, Isaac beat all the teams except for 4 on his own, doing all the stations. So he could have been competitive by himself with like the podium, which is crazy to think about. Like, I mean, I'm sure all these people like train really hard, but like these people at the top are just on like such a high level of their athleticism that it's hard to appreciate because you always compare them to other people who are just as good. So, but then if you compare them to like people who are like fit but like more like a normal athlete, it's incredibly impressive. Like some of the women that run, like I would consider myself a pretty good runner, but if I ran like a 5K or even a mile on the track, like these women would come fairly close to lapping me. Like they wouldn't lap me because it's only 4 laps, but like the ability of people who are at the top of their sport, even to have like people who are high level normal athletes, is pretty crazy.
Yeah, doing doing this yourself definitely. Well, I say yourself, not you, because you are at the top of the sport. But somebody like me doing it yourself definitely gives you a good appreciation. My first time trying it ever, and I'm an athlete as much as the next person is that does things on the weekends like this, and I got just over 50 minutes, and the top guys are running 30 minutes.
But I mean, like I said, you train still. Like it's not like, it's wild, really. I actually, we have track meets in the summer, and there's a kid that came out from, he runs in college, who are all running 200, and this kid has gapped us by like 50 meters, because he runs like a 22, or 21 or 22, and he's not even at the top of the sport. Like, he's like just an okay college runner, but like compared to a bunch of other like distance runners, like we're all running 30, and we're really pretty happy about that. Like, he just dusts us. Like, 7 seconds in a 200-meter dash is like a whole nother universe. And then you got to think there's another universe above him that's running even faster. So I saw the running. So I saw, I think, Anthony out in front, but I didn't catch. Oh, there's Lauren. Lauren always tries to kill everybody. He likes to take out really, really hot and just burn. But look at Anthony. He's way out in front of her.
Yeah. Wow.
It's pretty impressive when I see somebody gap Lauren. These hybrid sports are so bizarre because coming from a running background, like you would never run a race like this, ever. But every single person in the women's field will take out at a pace that they could probably only hold for about 2K. But somehow they recover like on the stations and are able to like put together a pretty solid race. But it's like against everything runners stand for to pace like that.
We've got a good pack carrier out in the front.
Yeah, you got Isaac and Vivian. But Bubbles will sit. Like, I think they're going to need a little bit of time going into the bike. Especially Isaac and Vivian.
Bubbles cranking them out.
Bubbles is just not human. His quads are, like, bigger than the Ram.
He's going so fast, like it looks like he's got to be jumping or not touching or something.
Or not. He's not standing up completely straight either. The standard is so, like, I don't think that the standard should be completely straight because nobody stands up straight.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah, I think with the line, you know, you step back in front of it, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, this girl. There's Alicia Heekler.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who her partner is, but that's definitely Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
And then there goes Lauren. Lauren's got the speed.
Lauren cruising.
But the thing that I think is going to hurt them is she's going to run 500s, where I know that Lauren and Anthony are going to split up the runs. And I think that strategy is way better because your work to rest ratio is going to stay about 1-to-1. So you're never really working for more than a minute at a time versus like Lauren's going to have to crank out 500s and like hopefully like 140, 145. And I think that's Katie Duke right there.
Yep.
I don't know who our partner is though. But I definitely think being able to share the runs is the best strategy.
Yeah, I could definitely imagine cranking out one lap more comfortably and better than doing 2 laps. But
so I think that Isaac has adopted the JK bald head thing. So maybe bald heads win races now. Think?
That's what VJ told him earlier, that he went streamlined.
Yeah.
That's what VJ told him earlier, that he went streamlined. Yeah. That's what VJ told him earlier. You know, probably the ski erg's probably similar, but the row,
Oh, look at Greyson. Grayson's like, yeah, I bet you Katie Duke is Grayson's partner because he is ripping the rower right now.
Yeah.
It's so weird though because the cadence you don't really know. Somebody could be like really pulling fast, but their pace is not faster than someone pulling slow. Rowing is so much more technique.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like you can look like you're powering through it, and it's not doing nearly as much.
Yeah, so I can't really see Bubbles' screen. But I bet they're both pulling like sub 130. Bubbles, Kilgore, and Anthony.
Yep, it definitely looks like
128, something like that. But that's where that weight just comes in. Like when you're tall and heavy, for the row and the ski and the bike are just like such advantages. Tall and heavy, for the row and the ski and the bike are just like such advantages.
I can hear we've got our voices coming through this camera.
I know, I can hear myself talk. The country twang is really hitting. Okay, so Isaac was the first one out on the row. I'm actually really surprised. Look at him go. He's probably the smallest between Anthony and Bubbles, and he's doing the running too. So Maybe they upset me because I was really thinking that Lauren and Anthony would take this because Anthony being fresh. So, but it's still very early. We're only like 6 minutes into the race, so.
One thing I haven't gotten nailed down yet is showing the splits for the women's and the co-ed, since they're happening at the same time.
Well, I wonder if there's any like actual competition for Kilgore and her partner. Look at Bubbles. He's just like down. There goes Katie Duke and Greyson. So they got like another lap. Bubbles better get up.
Bubbles is like a wrestler. He puts on a show.
Yeah, he's a tad being a tad dramatic. But I guess he does get like almost a full 2 minutes to rest. Like the work to rest ratio, he makes Lauren do like a lot of the work.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Not sure why he jumped, but
did he throw it at her? I don't quite because he ended up on the other side of the zone.
So I'm super impressed. Lauren Griffith just ran that lap faster than Lauren Weeks and Anthony split the lap. They came into the station together. So that means Lauren ran the whole 500 just as fast as Anthony and Lauren ran it together. But I'm wondering if she's going to get wrapped up in these paces early in the race, because Bubbles is only going to give her about 30 seconds to rest for each station. So you got to think he does the box step overs in less than 30 seconds. He's going to do the sit-ups in probably like 30 seconds. So she's hitting these runs super fast with very limited recovery. So I'm going to be interested to see how if she can hold this pace with this little of rest.
And we've got a pretty, I say tight, there's nobody right on Isaac's tail, but they're not far behind him.
Yeah. Oh, he's telling her to move. He's going for it. See, Lauren's like right behind Anthony, and she's running. Yeah. She's running her own laps. It's impressive.
Anthony, Lauren, and Katie Duke were very, very close to each other.
Yeah, but they're a lap behind.
Which
Katie
Duke
Katie? Is. Katie is a lap. Katie and Greyson are a lap behind the leaders. So it's only Anthony and Lauren, Lauren and Bubbles, and Isaac and Vivian are like kind of close, and then Greyson and Katie, I think, are a full 250 behind. Pretty sure. Or they'll be coming in real fast.
There they go.
Oh, I was wrong. They must have made up a lot of time. They're in second now. Where'd they come from?
Oh, wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. See, this is the crazy thing about teams.
Really
it's like the
race.
switch-ups can happen so fast that you just you don't see it because you can't see the whole race because you're not there. But they must have made some serious moves after the box step overs, or we didn't see them come in.
Oh, dang it. I pressed the wrong one again. I feel like we're already so far into this race. I pressed the wrong button. Isaac is flying.
Isaac is, he's hungry, man.
Yeah, I couldn't quite catch who got out in what order.
So Greyson, they went out second after Isaac and Vivian.
We'll probably see them passing up the rabbit here in a moment.
Wow. All comes down to that bike, man.
Here comes Lauren and Katie right on her tail. Woo, she's pushing. Wow.
Oh, look, Bubbles is running.
Looks like Weeks a little behind. Yep, there was Bubbles.
I figure Lauren will probably start the ski, but only do like 100, 150, and then Bubbles will rip it. And then she's got to run another 500.
There's Lauren. Lauren looks like she's pushing.
Yeah. I feel like it's very rare that Lauren is on the chase. Like, usually she'll take out a race and she'll command it. So it's very not where she's been in position most races.
Isaac and Vivian's got a pretty decent lead here.
Yeah.
So we've got Katie and Greyson in third?
No, I think they're in second right now.
Bubbles and Lauren in third?
Yeah, like they came in like 2-3 though, like really close together. But I think Greyson came in just a little bit before Bubbles. I think Bubbles must be dying. I'm surprised Lauren got on the ski twice.
Huh. How's the handoff on this? Do you try to put it in their hands, or you just let it go and let them grab it?
I would hand it off. It's not against the rules. Like Hyrox, you can't hand it off anymore, but DEKA, there's no rule against it.
Here comes Isaac.
All right, Isaac's out. Isaac looks so relaxed and strong. I'm pretty impressed with him today.
There goes Lauren.
He's so young, too.
Griffith.
Okay, Lauren's out second.
Katie's getting ready to roll. There it is. They're starting to get some separation here in the top four.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the bike can be, like, anywhere between 12 and 60 seconds. So you could go into the bike 20 seconds back, and if your partner can crank out, like, a 15, 16-second bike, like, there could be some huge change-ups in leads. So I'm wondering, like, with Isaac and Vivian, I just don't think that they're going to be as fast on the bike, so they need this this gap right now. But if they can come out of the bike in first, I don't think that anybody's going to touch them.
The shame is these top four co-ed teams have just they're just demolishing it. So we're really not sure who the top women's teams are because we haven't had eyes on them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody – I saw Alicia and her partner in skier when the co-ed teams were still in there, and I don't think anybody's even close to them. So I think they're going to run away with this one. And maybe the push from the co-ed teams will, give them enough to get a big PR.
I think you're right. See if I can look at the times that we have. If it give me an indication. It does get crowded out there with the the age groups that were out previously, and then you got the men's teams that are wrapping up.
It's not bad though. I've been to some high rocks races where you like have to literally push people out of the way. It's like wall to wall.
Oh wow.
Like I've never been to a DEKA where you can't get around people. So they space it out pretty nice.
That was either Alicia Kicker or her teammate. There's Vivian Caputo.
I guess Vivian ran a full 500. Oh, and I guess Isaac's going to crush the bike. So, giving him a little rest time.
There goes Katie Duke.
There's Lauren Griffith moving.
Guys getting set up ready for the bike. I know Bubbles is going to be looking to try and see if this can pull him ahead.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, Anthony has just as fast of a bike as Bubbles, so... But they have a pretty big lead on Lauren and... Oh, Isaac's on.
Wow.
Man, I feel like...
This is getting a little tighter.
I know. Oh, and Lauren's in.
He's got a... Greyson is killing it. There goes Bubbles smashing it.
Bubbles doing his thing. Lauren's like, gosh, I'm only going to get like 16 seconds to
rest. There goes Vivian.
Oh,
Vivian's
wow.
out. Lauren's right behind her. Ooh, look at this.
So tight.
Lauren making a pass.
So exciting. But Lauren's going to... Well, I bet Vivian will run another lap. Unless Isaac decides
Weeks just came out too.
To take it. I definitely think they're going to push for the record today. There might even be maybe 3 teams get under. Who knows?
They're close enough. I think they could.
Oh, yeah.
I think Lauren Weeks should be passing in a second here.
There's Katie. Well, they put some time on him, though. I don't know where Lauren is, but...
There she is.
There's Bubbles. Laying down
Bubbles
again.
taking his break. It ain't going to be long. Wow, they are crushing today.
I know. Oh, Lauren came in first.
There.
You see that switch?
Yeah.
Lead switch.
Bubbles got by the corner of the entrance to give the handoff, the high five, instead of waiting at the wall. I think that was a good move.
Yeah.
That's probably why we saw Isaac flying in earlier.
Yeah. This will be interesting. I think that this is where the split strategy is going to make a big difference because Lauren's going to have to run by herself and Isaac's going to be chasing her down. But Bubbles put at least 2 on him, so... I don't know, Lauren's looking strong.
Vivian just went out.
She's going to rock these. But you also got to think that Bubbles has to run that last 500, too.
Yeah,
he's not that fast on the run. So that could easily be 10 to 12 seconds, I think, in a 500.
I didn't quite catch the order out, but I'm pretty sure it was Vivian Tafuto out second. and Katie Duke out third. Lauren Weeks
Lauren
just got
finished,
done.
I think. See, Isaac just looks like he's jogging, like he's out there for like a casual stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Isaac this fit. Like, he is fit right now.
Yeah, what has he been doing lately?
I don't know. I know that he trains with Rylan, so Rylan's probably been crushing him. Okay, here comes Anthony and Lauren. So I guess Lauren's in first. And they put some time on him.
Ways back, yeah.
Come on, Isaac. About 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Katie
Oh,
Duke
16
right behind him.
for third. I mean, you can put on some time, and I'm telling you, that run is going to be... Oh, come on, Vivian.
Oh.
It's like when it's this close, those little mistakes sometimes kind of start to add up, where...
Yeah.
But Greyson is like smashing the sled right now. I don't know. This is maybe where
Making
they make
sure
a
you
move.
got that. Making sure you got that weight switched over correctly. That's got to be. I don't know. Mentally, like, oh no, did I get it?
Well, I know they changed the women's weight from World Championships to it used to be 6, I think, and they made it go up 1.
Really?
They said it was too easy.
So
yeah.
So the men's is all the way up, and the women's is 1 below it.
Yes. Oh, this is the first time I feel like I see Isaac struggling.
Yeah.
Looks like he's hurting a little bit. I think they're on their last pull.
How's your tank technique? Do you like the
yeah, there
pull
they go.
and yank?
I like to mix it up. So I'll mostly walk it back, but then when I get close to the line, I'll do a big pull over the line and then like kind of try to like charge back into the sled.
Ooh.
Oh, lead switch.
Yeah. Katie and Greyson going and taking second.
And a big one right now. That was a big move.
That's
what I'm telling you. It all changes. It all changes after the bike, man. Oh, Isaac, come on, pull that sled.
He's getting drained.
He's tired. I mean, he did pop off a sub 30 this morning, so
give him a pass.
So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna break the record. They have to be going in like real soon because it was like 24 or something. Is that what I said?
It sounds about right. So yeah, they're not. I don't think I got time for it.
I think it was 24:56. Yeah, 25:56. Sorry. Oh yeah, they're going for it. I think they got it. They got a whole nother minute than I thought. Maybe the men's was 24 that I was thinking about.
Here they come. This is the last corner. Or they got the full. They got one more.
Do they have a whole full one? I feel like they're almost done, or they should be.
No, this is the last stretch.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe not the record today. They got 50 seconds to knock these out. Less than 50 seconds. Oh, fumbling. Come on, Lauren. Got to extend her arms.
Did she have to wait for him for his feet to be over there by the mat, or is it when they get into the zone?
I think it... See, that's how... See, she was like kind of walking and... If he could knock out, I mean, I don't think they're going to get the record. It's going to be close. I don't know what number they're on right now.
I think they might be fighting for first here.
I don't think so. Bubbles is fast. I think they had like 4 or 5 burpees on him.
I don't know.
Oh, record's going.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
record's
yeah,
gone.
ready for her last set. Oh, she is. She's ready to take us home. She's pushing. Nice. Well done.
Close.
Good first place, though.
Yeah,
coming
solid.
back from third. I don't know if they were ever in fourth, but and then Katie Duke and Greyson.
I think they were
second.
I think they were like in third and fourth, like in the early parts of the race, maybe. See, Isaac just doesn't look the same as he did in his solo race. He was just flying.
Well, even the first more than half of this race, he was still rocking it pretty well. But they need to hold on to the podium here.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they're good. They're good. I think there's a little bit inside of you that kind of like, I don't want to say that gives up, but when you're in that comfortable spot where you don't think that you're gonna like get past or pass anybody, I feel like that's how I felt in Dallas. Like when Morgan finished her burpees, I was just like, I guess I have to finish these last 4, but you know, you're not in like, there's no urgency left.
Yeah. Yeah, that urgency makes a big difference trying to fight for that, either that podium spot or the record. And you can see the difference in people's bodies and their posture and their efforts.
Yeah,
well, that was a very exciting top 4. Man.
That one was awesome.
We could have the women on their last lap here.
They should be pretty close. Maybe another coming into burpees in like another minute and a half. I think the world record's around 29 flat, but I'm not 100% sure. Check. So I don't know if that's Haley Brogan she's running with, but they've ran a 29:42. So the world record for the women is 29:05. Bethany McChesney and Heather White. So I think they're going to be obviously not going to be hitting there because the world record just passed.
Yeah.
But they should be coming in pretty soon because they're usually around 30 minutes. Oh, here they come.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that's Haley Brogan.
Yeah, I don't think I have any results to go off of at the moment. But they have a pretty good lead. Second place has come in.
I don't see second place. That's a dude over there, so that's not second place.
Is it?
No, because that's a guy over there.
Oh shoot, they've got a really strong lead here then.
I think that they have like more than a 2-station lead right now. It looks like based on the results. Like the next team has like just exited the dead balls, so they're not even into the
Holy
sled
cow.
yet. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them. Killed it. All right, if I can go grab some athletes to come chat with you, who should I
Yeah.
grab?
Vivian or Isaac or Lauren Griffith. Any of those ones.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go try to get them.
Wait for more women to come in. They're going to get some interviews.
This is like a dream come true.
This is awesome.
Except
You
it
did
says you're
so
VJ.
good. I know I'm VJ now.
Thanks.
Except
Well,
it's slightly
it's
cooler
fine.
and much better hair.
Well, it's probably a lot better than I look and smell right now. After like 2
That's okay.
races, there's a reason no one's around me.
That's okay. You did it all for the W.
I did. Yeah.
You did.
People made
I
me
was
work for it.
commentating on I think did Bubbles run 1 lap? He ran 1 lap. Aside from the 2 laps he has to run.
He did 2 extra laps.
Ooh. Wow.
And he reminded
Big
me.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like,
Because I was
I mean, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. Because I feel like,
Yeah.
no shade, y'all's strategy doesn't seem like it should be the best. Because you're doing the majority of the work. He's just getting on the bike for like 15 seconds. And then you're having to go again. So, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like the best
the glory
strategy for
on that
him.
bike. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, he just gets to lay on the ground. And usually, like, if you see the videos, people are like, look at him go. There's Bubbles, and he's cranking it. And there's me doubled over in the background, and I'm just, like, trying to get any amount of air I can before I have to run again. Because it's like, oh, it did in 15
Yeah,
seconds.
because you just clipped off like a 500 at 520 pace. And then only got like 15 seconds to rest.
Yeah. And
then he got another minute
every
40 to
second
rest.
of that.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, we might have to have him do 1 or 2 extra runs. Don't tell him that.
Yeah.
We'll
Where's
surprise
the
him with
equality?
that later.
Yes. I think
You know
y'all
what?
need to work for equality. I was really pulling for y'all to get the world record. Y'all were so close.
Oh, I know. I definitely was feeling a little gassed after the first race too. And
yeah, that's what I thought that and again, you did the majority of the work. I was thinking Bubbles, I mean, he came in fresh. He had to do less work. And here you are grinding like, all the laps. Where's the equality?
But that's why I fly him in. It's for that bike.
Yeah. It's that 1-station wonder.
You know what? But it works. He just
works.
cranks that, and I think we were second at that point, right? We were second, and then he came into the bike, and that catapulted
y'all left
us up.
the bike in second.
What was that?
But y'all still left the bike in second. Like Vivian and Isaac were ahead of y'all out of the bike, and then y'all caught them.
Oh.
Which is wild because you were
Honestly.
running, like I was talking about it on the thing. Anthony and Lauren were splitting their laps in the beginning, and you were passing them. So they were running half, and you were still passing them. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
You know, it's all that the hybrid engine training. They got me
Yeah.
too fit.
It's too fit now. Lauren better watch
Yeah.
out. There's a new
I
Lauren in
know.
town.
Well, yeah, as long as it's a 500 and someone
Yeah.
else is doing all the station work for me.
Yeah, but I was telling them that I think that the relay is way more painful than the regular race. Would you agree?
Oh. Yeah, but I don't know if that's because I'm having to do all the runs.
We have to do all the runs in the regular, just not as fast. It's more of like a slow burn versus like a hot one.
Yeah, it's like just trying to go so fast on it, and then there's some of the stations where it does take him a little bit longer, and I'm like, oh man, I actually can breathe. This is nice. But then there's ones that it's like he's done in 15, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's
it's
not
rough.
fair. Yeah.
At least it's spread out.
We finally get Kevin in here.
Oh,
Xander, sorry for the delay. Oh, Tara. I saw VJ earlier.
I know, right?
Greyson staring us down. He was chasing us. After
we were just talking about how you need to pull your weight.
I tried. I ran.
And maybe you would have gotten the world record today.
That's okay. We qualified.
You would have ran 3 laps. Y'all were
close. If you were here, then I would have had someone to chase.
And you know what? We're trying to save up the record stuff for the exciting like world championship races.
Plus, I mean,
this
tomorrow,
felt
so
like
I to take it easy.
This was an amazing race. Like to watch, like it was very back and forth. So it was very cool. You got to rest the whole day, Kevin.
You mean?
And then you were laying all around the course, putting your feet up on the box.
Body at rest tends to stay at rest. I think that's the law of inertia. Science.
Yeah. Well, y'all did great today.
Lie. Doing some of those laps, and I'm seeing Kevin on the ground. I was like, I could really go for that right now. I could go for some ground laying.
That's how I feel about Robin.
Pretty much the
in her roller skates. I want to take her roller skates from her and just start skating, even though I might run faster than I could skate.
Oh, yeah. I would probably... I'm notorious for falling anyway. Put me on skates, game over. I'm already on the ground.
We can make it DEKA Skate. It's going to be a new thing.
Tara, hit us with some deep questions.
Some deep questions?
Run those strategies. I don't know. You're an athlete.
Y'all are so blurry.
Behind-the-scenes insight. Jason's.
I mean, I was telling Lauren how I feel like y'all have the worst strategy, but it works for you guys. Because I was talking about how the 1-to-1 work would really be the best. Like if you could work for 45 to 1 minute and then you would switch. But the amount that you're able to gain through the stations like is just a lot. And Lauren is incredibly impressive with her runs off of her 15 seconds rest. What'd you do the bike in today?
Yancey says 15. I was racing a wild Parasini, so I had to bring my A game today. He won the bike challenge.
He did like 12 seconds in the bike challenge, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I feel like his endurance is probably just not as good as yours, even though like I feel like you're a better, I guess, interval athlete, like short burst athlete. But obviously in the relay there is a certain level of endurance where you have to recover between versus like, so you're hitting that bike, like maybe if y'all went head to head completely fresh, y'all are like right together, but you're able to like still pump out like, I don't even know how many watts you're pushing when you're pushing 15 seconds. 2,000 maybe? I don't know.
My eyes are closed.
Oh, well, lots of watts you're pushing. So being able to do that under fatigue, obviously you're not far from what you can do at fresh. So the fatigue before is not affecting you like I think it probably got to Anthony. I was telling Lauren it was really cool. She was running the laps by herself faster than people were splitting them.
That's why I picked
But that's
her.
why your strategy
Good
works,
choice.
because I'm like, oh, it's going to make way more sense for people to split the laps because they'll run faster. But Lauren's like, nope, I'm going to run them faster than everybody by myself.
Well, I feel like I need a nap, and then I'm going to go to sleep after all of that. So I paid for it. That's for sure.
So which is worse, Lauren, running a fit and then teams, or running a high rocks?
They're both awful in different ways. I mean, they did keep kind of like pushing out our start time for this, which mentally was just like, it's awful. Because, yeah. And Kevin's, what time are you flying out?
5 o'clock at LAX. So I got an hour drive.
So
I got to jump soon.
we might have to hop off, but yeah, I would say both are really hard in different ways. Right now, with how I'm feeling, I'm like, this was pretty brutal. This one hurt a lot.
So which is harder for you, Kevin, you think, doing a solo strong or doing the teams?
Probably teams.
Teams.
Because I push knowing
it's that hard
I
effort.
Rest.
Yeah.
Strong, I just kind of, I know where my red line is. We're here, I'm just like, screw it, I'm going to smash, I'll recover, and then smash again. And I ran with Colin last time in Knoxville, so it was different strategies, and I ran a lot more. So we tried to hybrid, I guess, our approach this time to see if it'd be faster. So we got a bit more drawing board work to do before we go defend our title.
Okay.
We got some time for that.
Cool.
Plenty
Thanks,
of
Sarah.
time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Good job today, guys.
Get well.
I'll see you.
Get healthy, Tara.
See you out
We'll
there.
see you back out
in
here.
the DEKA arena. All right. Bye.
Ooh, this is weird.
Hey. Y'all crushed it today.
Oh.
Where am I looking? Here?
There you go. Look at me, obviously.
Oh.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Y'all crushed it. Back to back today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
PRs for both of y'all in the fit. Y'all both PR'd in the fit as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that was his first time running the fit.
Okay, nice. How'd y'all feel on the relay?
The relay,
There was
that's
so
probably
much
the
back
most
and
fun
forth.
race.
That's
Fun.
yeah, without a doubt, our best race, and probably the most fun race in DEKA Fit. To be honest, it's super high energy, and it's easy to fight for your teammate.
And allows for a lot
It
of
was very
strategy,
fun
which
to
was
watch
fun.
you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all were crushing it. There were so many lead changes between the four of you guys that it made it like almost like hard to watch with the cameras, because y'all would come in and I'm like, oh, they're in second and now they're in fourth and they're back in second again. So it was really exciting as a spectator. I think that teams is like the best if someone was trying to get into DEKA to watch something like this, and it's super spectator friendly.
Totally. Yeah, at one point,
So what's up?
towards the end of the race, Katie says, "Greyson, we're in second," and it's like it's happening so fast. Sometimes you don't even know where you're at. You're just running your heart out.
Yeah. Well, you crushed that sled. Like, I think that's where y'all really, like, I think y'all were pretty tight with Isaac and Vivian to that point, and then y'all came in, I think, 4 seconds back, and I think y'all left like 12 or 13 seconds ahead. So it's like y'all were like, hammer time.
Yeah.
It is time to finish
Yeah.
this,
That's
and
awesome.
y'all just took it out and put a big gap on them from the end of the sled to the burpees.
Yeah, I think it helped that we're both such good runners. We can split the runs pretty evenly.
Definitely.
That's what I was talking to Bubbles and Lauren about. I was like, y'all's strategy doesn't make sense at all. Like, it's all she does. She runs all the runs. I think he did 2 runs today. But Lauren was catching people who were like, I think you guys were splitting and Lauren and Anthony were splitting. But she was running so fast, she was able to keep up with everybody else. It was really impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very frustrating. You're right.
Well, y'all held y'all's own though, because I think this strategy is much better, and I think as y'all probably race more and grow as a team, because y'all train together, I guess. Wait, are y'all married? No. No.
Nah,
Nope.
coaching,
Oh, okay.
coach, athlete. But
Coach.
we ran our
Okay.
first team event at World Champs. We did the DEKA Mile together, and so I think that experience helped us a lot, just to know like how to read each other better and be comfortable saying like, "Hey, man, you got to do the first burpees this time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all train in the
Yeah,
same
you know,
facility though? No.
Yep.
Or
Yeah, we
y'all?
train a
Yeah.
lot together.
Okay. I think that's such a huge advantage, like, because you're able to try out so many different strategies. Like, going into Worlds, like, I think if y'all focused on teams, like, that would be a huge advantage to you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's hard sometimes to go off the fly. Like, obviously, there's, like, reading your
Yeah.
partner's body language, but having a good plan, too, and knowing where each other's strengths and weaknesses are, I think is really, really important. Marissa and Keaton also train together. I don't know if y'all met them at Worlds. I think
Yeah,
they were,
we
Yeah.
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they crushed it, but they live about an hour from me, and I'm like, man,
Okay.
y'all are so lucky. Y'all have like the best training partners right in your facility.
Yeah, definitely. It's convenient that Katie's clinic, she's a physical therapist, is about a half mile from the gym that I work at. So, yeah, we're part of DEKA FIT training groups together. We've even taught some like teams DEKA FIT classes together. So, yeah, I would say it's definitely an advantage to get to train with the person you're racing with. Before coming here, we were practicing 4x4 style handoffs, and I think that paid off.
I think it
We
helped
were
a lot
shaving seconds.
because I've never done a handoff before, so that was fun.
I think that's important. I saw a lot of clunky transitions today, so I think that especially in a race that's so fast where y'all are tight, like little stuff like that matters.
Yeah, it
Totally.
does.
Did you see
Yeah.
the part
What's
where I
up next
tripped
for you
her?
guys? Wait, who tripped her?
Well, so he tried to go into the burpees too soon, so I pushed him forward, and then he knocked me down, and then I got up, and then I think he knocked me down again. But
I tripped
got
her
up
twice.
again.
Yeah, I tripped her twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should have made him do all the burpees at that point, because
Well,
that's just rude.
he had to do the first 10,
Yeah.
but I'm faster on the
Okay.
burpees than him, so he shouldn't do all 20.
Yeah.
We know that.
We know that.
Yeah. I think the women, somebody told me they should raise the women's weights for burpees. Are you for or against? I'm like, no.
I'm pretty happy with the
I-
22.
I'm very
I
happy
practice
with
with the 33
22.
a lot, but yeah.
Because I think CrossFit
Yeah.
usually splits it like women is like 70% or 75%. But I'm good with half.
Yeah.
I'm all about like
Yeah.
increased equality.
There
If
you
that makes
go.
any
Yeah.
sense. Women should
I
get
like that.
more of an advantage against the men. Y'all are still running faster, so the 20 can get pretty heavy at the end of a race.
Yeah.
That is very
I
true.
like the burpees. They're fun.
I'd argue that Katie's one of the best in the world at the burpees. She's really fast.
Oh yeah?
I'm not.
You were moving. We should have like just a burpee off. Not including me because I
Ooh.
don't like burpees.
You versus
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Me versus. Oh, well,
Yeah,
I was
there
going
you
to just say me versus you, but
We know who's going to win that.
That'd be good to see. Y'all could hop on that for the next DEKA.
oh, yeah.
Teammates
Yeah.
against each other.
Well, if you follow at Kilgore Coaching, we'll make a video. We'll post that.
All right,
Good
awesome.
idea.
Yeah, I think I follow you guys. You know, I'm a athlete, but I'm also a big fan of the sport. So
Yeah. It's a fun sport.
it is a fun sport. Do y'all do high rocks at all, or y'all are pretty exclusively DEKA?
We are signed up for High Rocks Anaheim in a month. So
We'll be
that'll
back
be
here.
that'll be our first
Hey.
time racing High Rocks. Yeah.
But just doing
Okay.
individuals for that.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
Maybe
you
we
don't
should
want to do
change
2
that.
high rocks in
Yeah,
one day.
If we could split the runs in High Rocks, we would do good
That's
at
a
that.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you can. So
No, definitely not. That's the only thing good about high rocks is the running. So y'all enjoy it. It's a suffer fest.
yeah, it's gonna be more painful than today was for sure.
Good deal.
Yeah, probably. Are y'all running pro or are y'all gonna do open for your first one?
We're both doing pro.
Both doing pro.
There you
I think
go.
what we had decided was, it's hard to be great at a race the first time you do it. We know that. But we know we'd probably be pretty angry with ourselves if we didn't stick our nose right in the fight from the beginning. I think that's how you learn. You either get whooped or you excel, and then you come back stronger next time. So we're jumping right into it.
There you go. I mean, I think y'all will be fine. Y'all will crush it. It'll be a good time. Anaheim's going to have some great racing. I guess y'all will be in the race, so you won't get to watch. But Cologne had a great last chance qualifier. Y'all caught it on.
James Kelly, right?
Yeah,
huge.
54.
Yeah, fast. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to shave your head before the next race. It's James Kelly, Isaac.
Me?
Katie's got to shave her head.
Yeah. That's what wins races now. No hair.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think I'd rather have my hair.
Yeah.
you got to be committed. You got to be committed to the win.
That's true. If I shave this
The
head, it's
hair's
just going
what-
to be one stripe down the middle, though. I'm keeping the stuff around the sides.
Okay, that might work. I'm not sure the logistics of winning with bald hair, but you could give it a go.
Well, Bubbles is a great example of that. So, yeah, maybe that's the trick.
See, I'm telling you, James, and you got Isaac and Bubbles. It's the evidence for this is
Too much
very
hair.
very strong.
That's a great point. I'll think about it. Katie will too.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch the Anaheim race, and I'll be looking for some bald heads out there, especially in the women's race.
Yeah, that'll help me stand out a little bit, I bet.
Definitely.
Yeah. Telling you.
Do we
More
get to ask any
aerodynamic.
questions? What's your next race?
I mean, it is my next race. I guess I haven't announced this officially, but I am going to Doha.
Here we go.
In a
We're
couple
breaking the
weeks.
story.
Going to Doha.
I'm breaking it. Doha.
Okay.
Qatar.
Breaking news
So
right here
I,
on the OCR report.
Yeah, you heard it first.
That's awesome. Yeah,
trying to get back into my Hyrox shape, I guess. See if I should retire or not. I'm thinking about retiring from Hyrox, but I'm gonna give it one more go.
Sure.
You got a coach for that?
No.
You got a coach?
Stop that.
I'm not coachable. No. I'm good,
I didn't think
thanks.
I was either.
She's not coachable either. She just wears the shirts.
Oh, I feel like I've found what works for me in DEKA. At least I obviously have had some success there, but still trying to figure out what I can handle for Hyrox. It's just so much volume, and I'm a big proponent of listening to my body. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I don't know if my body is really capable of handling the volume that people are putting in for the Hyrox races to be at the top level. But I think if I can break 63 in Doha, I'll keep Hyrox on my radar. But otherwise, it's only getting faster and too fragile for Hyrox.
I think
So
we
maybe
would hate to
retire
see
to
you
team.
retire because you're really fun to watch when you race. So I hope you stay in it.
Well, I'll stay in DEKA. DEKA is okay.
Yeah.
DEKA is
Okay.
I think more my forte. I'm definitely more of a speed athlete instead of a strength athlete, despite these massive muscles that I have. So I think I just enjoy training for it better, and I think it more aligns with what I like to do. I like to race the mile and the 5K. My background is running.
Yeah.
So the amount of strength that you have to do for Hyrox versus DEKA is just just not fun. Not about doing things that I don't like. So I think when you find stuff that you really enjoy doing, that your performance is going to show better through that than if you try to force it.
Yeah.
So, are y'all doing any other
Good
events
point.
besides Hyrox in Anaheim?
We have
Not
DEKA
any
Mile teams next weekend.
Yep.
At Epoch Training Center in Boise, Idaho. So that's going to be big for us. And then you got Spartan races.
I got a couple Spartan races. I'll be in Bozeman in June, and then probably Utah in July.
Yeah.
Hopefully Seattle in September, and then get back into the hybrid stuff after that probably.
Nice. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's good to mix it up.
Yeah. Got to get outside.
If y'all ever, well, there's me and Alondra are doing this event. Right now it's male, female teams. But when they go back to male, female teams, they have this event called Thieves and Beggars. Y'all should check out. It's really cool.
Oh,
looking.
nice.
That sounds
So I'm excited
cool already.
to try some new stuff, new hybrid events that are coming out. Like, I think DEKA and Hyrox, they're fun, but it's fun to do something like different.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Well, cool, guys. I think I'm gonna hop off of here. Y'all did great today. I'm excited to see you guys.
Thank you.
Out there racing next weekend. Y'all going for the record, mile teams record next weekend. Y'all were looking sharp today.
Always.
Always.
Yeah, I think the mile might be our best event.
Well, we took second at Worlds in the mile.
Yeah.
And second in this today. So we need to find something we can win.
Yeah.
You just need to bust up Bubbles' kneecaps or something. Tara Lipinski him.
I tried to play mind games with him today. I said, "Hey, you might as well go home, Bubbles, because I'm going to do my assault bike in 9 seconds, so it's over." And then I think I did it in like 50 seconds, and he did his in 15. So I've got some work to do.
Yeah. See, that was y'all could have been up there for the world record, man. I told Bubbles he was laying around too much. They were about 15 seconds off the world record. And I'm 15. Like, you got to start pulling your weight. You didn't even race earlier today.
Yeah.
He just flew on in, laid around.
I like starting on the start line next to Bubbles, though. He's so funny.
Does he make you feel fast?
Yeah, because he's just so much bigger than me. So I like to give him a little elbow just to get in his head.
It's actually a strategy we use. We put Katie next to Bubbles because he told us, he said, "I won't knock Katie over, but Greyson, if you stand next to me, you're going down." So
yeah, that's our strategy.
Okay. You use her to block. Weaknesses. That's smart. I thought y'all might catch him on the run. I was like, Bubbles is not like the most agile of runners. He's good at what he's good at, and he's really good. But
to his credit, though, for how big and powerful he is, he runs quite well. Like we gotta recognize that.
Yeah.
Trying to catch him when he's running is possible, but it's frustrating at times. So he's a pretty good runner.
If y'all would have had less than 10 seconds out of the sled, I think y'all would have called him. They just gapped too much. Because I would have to look at.
I know we didn't have a perfect race today, so we'll clean that up. I had a couple stumbles on my lunges, which is not usual for me. But here's the thing: we also thought the race was going to start like 30 minutes later, so they call us over, and we're just lounging. We're like, "When should we warm up?" And then they called us over.
There's one thing you can count on: it's DEKA FIT always being late. So,
yeah.
I wanted to see what y'all ran y'all's
They were
last
late,
lap
and then we
in.
thought we were going 30 minutes after that. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's giving us
so y'all
wrap it up signal.
Oh no! I'm looking at what y'all ran the last lap in, compared to what they ran the last lap in.
My last lap was rough.
Ooh,
so y'all were 5 seconds faster on the last run, which I thought
didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
5 seconds faster.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like maybe
yeah. We can do this.
Yeah, so if you take out the
we'll be there.
I figured y'all
World
could
Champs.
put 10 seconds on the run.
Yeah.
So don't push her over next time.
I hope Bubbles
don't
watches this so I can tell him we're coming after him. We're coming.
Yeah, we're coming.
You don't talk trash though, so you don't want to say anything to Lauren, do you?
Lauren's amazing.
Yeah, she is. She's so nice. They're both so nice.
Everybody's nice.
Yeah. But we're
Lauren's too nice to talk trash to. Bubbles is a good person to talk trash to, though.
But he's
everybody's
also real
too
nice.
nice.
But it's easy to talk trash to him when I know he could crush me with his hands. So that helps.
How much weight do you think that Bubbles has on you? What is he, like 235?
Yeah, he's probably 225 to 235. I'm 185. So whoever can do math can figure that one out. I'm not about to do math in public. That's for
50.
sure.
About 50 pounds. That makes such a huge difference. Like I was talking on the live stream with all the machines. Like he just has, like you think about even the ski, he's like got all that weight behind him
So,
for the ski
yeah.
and the bike. So it's definitely a huge advantage for him.
Totally. Well, and we, as
But
we were going out and trying to figuring out our strategy, like I thought I was probably going to ski a low 140, and I could not generate more than like a 150, and I was like, we're screwed. I don't know what's happening here. And then we just kind of like got back into it as we kept running and racing.
Yeah, I think we're good enough at some of the other stations that like we're always going to catch back up slowly to people.
yeah. Bubbles and Lauren switched like 3 or 4 times on the ski. I was surprised that
They did.
they adopted that strategy because I would think that Lauren would at least get some time to rest. She didn't get any time to rest.
Yeah, right. We
Yeah,
practiced
right.
that and it didn't go well. So
It's very difficult to get both handles in our hands, it seemed. So
we just scrapped that idea. So
Something
again,
to
it's nice
work
to
on
practice your
before Worlds.
strategy before. Yeah.
the soccer player runner combination was not great for the hand-eye coordination we learned.
Soccer players are supposed to be well coordinated, right? Runners, not so much.
Yeah. I can't use my feet for that though.
Oh, okay. Well, runners are just awkward in general, so we struggle.
We were supposed to wrap this up
Yeah, we
a
were.
while ago.
No, that's okay. That's all
You
right.
give us this signal.
All right. We're wrapping it up. But y'all did awesome today. It was great to see y'all race.
Hey, thank you.
Good luck next weekend. If I still
Thank
had
you.
the record for the mile teams, I would say, screw you guys. I hope you lose. But since I don't, good luck for the record. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next race.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope we see you out there.
Yeah, thanks for your
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome
Bye.
job. See you guys.
Thanks.
Well, that was some interview. I can't wait to go back and listen to it.
I know. It was a long one.
We're going to look at the results first. I'm going to have to go back and post a whole podcast episode for that one. They are well deserved of the screen time, though. That's awesome. They did a great job.
They were awesome. Great to watch.
All right, let's look at the men's top 10 here. If you want to go ahead and walk us through what we saw.
I'm walking you through. Okay. I'm not sure how you want me to do that. I'm just tell you who won.
Yeah, that's good. That's good enough.
So my boy Jay, as I called them, taking this one, Jay and Tyler, despite their many mix-ups of which direction to run and how many reps of everything to do, came out with an impressive 27:14. And they smoked the run. Man, they put 2 minutes on the 5K. So that's real impressive.
Yeah, wow.
Need to work on those stations though, apparently. And then John and Austin, Aaron. They were representing for the Masters, 28:02. So definitely some gaps in the men's race. It definitely wasn't as tight. And then I actually don't know the third place team, but they, crushed it with Needham, as a veteran. So obviously they really cranked it out. They had a faster 5K than the number 2 team. So maybe there's some runners that they need to hone in on their stations, and then they will come back out here and race really fast next time.
Yeah, that's wild. I'd be interested to see what their individual races are like because there are definitely some kind of unknown names. So we'll be on the lookout for them in the future, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the co-ed.
The exciting one. Had us on our toes.
Oh, it really did. That was such an impressive race.
Wow. Those are some fast 5K times. I think they were faster than the men. They were faster than the men's winner. We were talking about how fast the men's winner was, but Katie and Greyson, like, they smashed the run. And Lauren basically did that whole 5K by herself. So she ran like a 17:05, doing most of all that running by herself. So
That is
Lauren
amazing.
and Kevin were only about 15 seconds off of the world record in 26:10. And then not too far behind them, I was talking to Greyson and Katie. They had some slip up where Greyson gave her the elbow and she fell down,
Oh.
but we didn't see that on the camera going into the burpees.
You know, I
So
did see some blood on her knee. I was wondering.
yeah, I guess she actually fell all the way to the ground. So only 14 seconds between them. I mean, it was definitely it was a race the whole time. I told them if they would have came out of the sled under 10 seconds behind, I think that they could have caught them. And their last lap with the fall was about 5 seconds faster. So it would have been a tight race, without some slip ups.
That's right. And for the women's, I just saw the 10th place women's just populate. So they must just be wrapping up with
Okay.
Kilgore and Brogan taking it
Running
out
away
hard
with it.
with a 2-minute gap.
Yeah, they ran
Any
away with
names
it,
you
literally.
recognize here on the rest of the women's teams?
I don't recognize any of these names, so I'm useless.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a lot of the women, they like to get in those co-ed races because that's where the exciting stuff happens.
I think they are generally the more competitive heats. The co-ed's more competitive than the men and the women's, so I don't know why that necessarily is, but it seems to always be the case. So the top ladies and men from today's races wanted to be in the mix for some fast co-eds. I really thought that there would have been a record today, but no dice.
They seemed like they were going for it, though. It was pretty close. I think that's going to wrap it up here. Anything else you want to say before we call it out?
I don't think so. I think that's all I got tonight.
It was extremely exciting. Teams race seems to always pull off something more exciting than the solo. We had some good racing this morning, but the teams race really was where it was at. That co-ed top 4 was just back and forth and so tight. It was wild.
Yeah, it was super fun to watch.
Well, Tara, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for watching this morning and today. We'll see you next time at DEKA in North Carolina in Sacramento on May the 4th, I believe. And, yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much to Yancey and the DEKA crew. All of our rabbits. We had like 2 almost completely separate teams of rabbits today, which is pretty fantastic. And Xander and VJ this morning with the commentary. And again, thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And we will see you next time.